Okay, audience, here on our presentation slides here, we are going to talk about we are going to, this is a reflective report writing, and this is the assessment number 2 of information technology. So in this presentation, we are going to look at some important components of what makes up the computer. Okay, the first slide is that we are going to look at the new technology trends in input and output devices. So as you can see below is new technology and trends and input devices. So yeah, okay. The difference here is that inputs are the data and information that we enter in, and input uh, devices is the device that contain the input contain the data in it that shared between the hardware and the software components on the in a computer, as well as vice versa the output devices. Output itself is the finished product of input that we inserted and is transformed to um, CPU, and the CPU process it, and then it comes out as output. So output devices are the devices that helps users to receive information or data as outputs. Okay, and new technology trends in outputs devices, as I have mentioned, as you can see, there are some output devices and input devices that contains the inputs or the outputs that are received by users. As you can see, there's an airport. Airport is an output. Input is the OTG. You can see, and USB. Okay, these are the examples of output. And output. These devices can be wired or wireless, which you can be shared using a connected wires or just by connecting to a Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and other access medium. As you can see, the disadvantages of this. For many times we used to look at advantage first, but they are just put disadvantages first. So yeah, in the output and input devices, yeah, of course, one is mentioned it sometimes can cause an error for the transfer files from a computer to a hard drive, or yeah, cause an antivirus, or if not detected, then the files will not be opened. This is an example of when you can add other more disadvantages that you think of. Okay, yes, we continue to advantages of the technology trends inputs and outputs. Okay, yeah. So advantages is it's less expensive when using wire transmission medium like um, copper wires or cable to connect the input to a computer for file transfer or edit or whatever, copy or pasting, renaming, or it's easier and faster as well to enter data inputs and deliver information using wireless transmission medium. Yes, as you can see, there are few um, advantages here that I've just put here to clarify. Yes, in the conclusions here, as you can see that yes, of course, the new technology trends in inputs and outputs devices upgraded nodes as we have mentioned these input and output devices. So its recommendations. The input and output technologies is a component that help users for data connection between advanced of their part of a computer, and it needs regular upgrade for keeping in making it work smoothly, otherwise it will cause much inconvenience during presentation when working with your personal computer. And our slide is the number two important parts of a computer is that we are going to look at is the types of operating system. The operating system system which helps users to enter or when starting a computer opening the script, as you can see, but there are three main operating systems, and there are also some underlying um, operating system. Like first one here is the three main types of operating system that are mainly used: standalone operating system, server operating system, and embedded operating system. As you can see, here is the standalone operating system, and below listed in the highlighted in the yellow. Yellow is the underlying operating systems. So yes, so as you can see, the standalone operating system programs the is the programs in the system program in the computer that help users to access their computer for essential purposes. As you can see, Windows and for example software. Standalone computer is on the other side where you can just connect to Wi-Fi. So yes, Windows 7, Macintosh operating system, Unix and Linux operating systems, where they do perform the same task. On our server operating system, number two operating system is the server operating system. As you can see on the left hand side is the server operating system. Both computers and desktop are connected to a server network, allowing them to preview videos and images and other media files. And as you can see below, embedded operating systems, it's more like an ND computer. It's a system program in a mobile phone or your smartphone. So it's on the other side. iOS or iPhone operating system, Android, Windows 7, BlackBerry, and there are others like Samsung and so on. You can see here are the few disadvantages and advantages of the operating system that may inquire. So yes, these are some things that a user need to consider before using a computer. Okay, these are some conclusion and this recommendation. I'll just come up from with my experience of little experience of using a computer. So as you can see here, the number three important parts of this we are going to look at is communication in a connected world. So, communication in a connected world is how data connection works. Using the internet transmission medium to share data amongst computers, desktops, and other devices and electronic devices. Yeah. And with that, there are three main communication mediums that provide networks internet. And as you can see, I've listed here. Number one, local area networks is a small medium of network setup that would be about 10 to 15 to 20 with us. And the metropolitan area networks is organization, well-developed organization network system that's 100% secure. And so the number three one is the wide area networks, which is the wide range of network. And as you can see on the other side is how the communication that people connect using these three network connections through internet to access information and share data with users. These are first, these are the advantages, disadvantages, and advantages. So disadvantages of it is you can access unauthorized users to your networks if you didn't log network, like setting a password to it, an IP address, and introduce more scammers, yes, and more false information online, or biased information online, which they are the second-hand information. Okay, and the advantage of communication in a connected world, users generated new ideas and knowledge from the outside world to help develop ideas to learn and study online through online education. Yes, it does. It's not. It's a benefit. It reduces risk of moving to and from to deliver a message or other important information. And here, a little bit of conclusion and recommendation is just include here to give a clear mind of what is communication in a connected world is and how it works. Okay, now we are going to look at cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is the security measures taken online over the internet that regulate and protect users from any online threats that may interrupt them. Threats like cyber crime and cyber attack, cyber terrorism. That in our next slide we are going to look at. As you can see, the figure in the background is showing hackers to work using their computers from their home to hack and steal other personal information. Yeah. The disadvantage of cybersecurity is it can block a check if the user forgot their passwords, which leads to system reboot that result in the wiping out of data where all of your data and information that you can turn or work on will be erased. So yeah, it sometimes causes inconvenience during the function of a computer that can lead to loss of data as I mentioned. And advantages of it, there are many disadvantages that you can think of. It protects and prevents one's computer or electronic device from unauthorized multiple use. Yes, of course, 100% guarantee. It prevents hackers and thieves to steal your data information or even cause unauthorized users to seek permission of secure information. Yeah, and it do have a restriction. These are the cybersecurity, the system function for the internet that restricts users. Yes, it protects users from unauthorized users to access their data and information. As for recommendations, the cybersecurity is a kind of internet security necessary and important for users, and that users must be mindful of their usernames and passwords. Multiple technologies. The multiple technologies are the technologies that are associated with the media and connected world. So as you can see below is some of them. multimedia like technologies that people use today. So they connect through internet with like mobile phone, projector, you can project it to more projector or computer, internet board, digital camera, animations, game. These are types of multimedia technologies used today. Okay, yeah, as you can see, the first disadvantages of it is introduces more false information again to yeah, of course, people use technology to edit it. Yeah, and it causes inconvenience for the people in some remote places in developing countries. Yes, of course, for internet services, due to internet services. Like, for example, in Papua New Guinea, some of our um, villages or community are still yet to advance in mobile phone technology or telecommunication technologies. So it is expensive for deviceable techniques connections. As you can see, advantages of multiple technologies. Um, it allows users at different location from different physical location to view or receive information directly. Information are yes, information are fast or send less than time consuming. Yes, as you can see, and data and information are sent and received instantly, like same speed. Okay, the conclusion again, the media technologies are dominated. Yeah, technologies involving audio recording, video conferencing, and other media services like live streaming, editing, or messaging, or WhatsApping using some yeah, media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and others you can think of. So it is a multitasking activities which is very vital for users that makes the concept understand and clear. So yeah, just need to be conscious with when using computers. It involves several connections. And that's all the end of our presentation. And thank you in the end.